Oh, I hate interviews. My mind always goes so cloudy at the beginning of an interview. I can never remember the basic answers to simple questions. I can never think of anything either to ask them at the end of the interview. Oh, don't make me interview. There must be a better way. Don't you hate it when that happens? You know you could do the job amazingly, but you just don't interview well. So, is there anything you can do to prevent the nerves? Of course there is, otherwise this will be a really short video. Hi, I'm Aaron and let's talk careers. Whether it's eating properly, whether it's preparing answers ahead of time, or even turning up early, there is a lot you can do to calm your interview nerves. Today, I'm going to be talking about how you can control your nerves before the interview, before you even step through that interview door. Each one of these is essential, so stick around and make sure you use what I put in this video. Quickly like the video and subscribe to the channel. It helps out way more than you even know. We start with one of the big ones, and that is what you eat and drink 24 hours before the start of your interview. The body and the mind are so closely connected. Caffeine is a huge one. Don't drink caffeine before you sleep the night before, because it will directly affect your sleep and your rest. And the morning of, limit your caffeine intake. It is proven that caffeine affects your nerves. Now, I'm no nutritionist, but everyone knows that the vitamins and minerals you consume directly affect not just your body, but your mind as well. Eat fruit or drink smoothies. Make sure you eat a good breakfast on the morning of the interview. It gives you the energy for the day. And make sure you're drinking plenty of water. These tips may seem simple, but they help so much. Preparation is key. Prepare answers to some of the common questions you're going to expect. Rehearse these answers over and over again. It will give you the confidence when you have to answer them in the interview. Also, don't just prepare answers, but prepare examples from your working past. The less you have to think in an interview, the better. It's a lot easier to recall information that you've rehearsed rather than think of fresh examples on the spot. Do all of your thinking before the interview, so you don't have to do it in the interview. Whatever you do, don't try and turn up to your interview on time. If the smallest thing goes wrong, like a delayed train or you planned it wrong, you'll end up rushing just to get there on time. Honestly, there's nothing worse than rushing to get to an interview on time. You end up getting there all exhausted, hot and sweaty, so your presentation doesn't look good. And you struggle to remember the answers to some of the basic questions. All of this could have been avoided by just trying to turn up early. If your presentation is lacking because you're all hot and sweaty and your breathing is heavy because you've rushed, then it will affect your confidence going into the interview. It will also directly affect your nerves as well, because you'll already feel like you're being put on the back foot. In your head you'll be thinking, I've already made a bad first impression on the interviewers, and now I have to really work at making that up. And this all could have just been avoided by turning up early to your interview. Let's Talk Careers has specialist sessions focused on you acing your interview. Whether you're going for an IT job, an office job, or a step up the managerial path, we have a session for you. Check out letstalkcareers.co.uk. Link is in the description below. Have you ever thought about buying a new outfit just for this interview? Now, hear me out. It doesn't have to be a whole outfit, but getting one item of clothing just for that interview, it turns it from just another interview into this interview is the one. I'm going to be wearing this item of clothing when I go to work in this job. You may think this sounds crazy, but getting a new pair of shoes or a new tie, it affects your confidence going into the interview. Honestly, if you get this, when you go into the interview, you will have the mentality of this is the one. Do your research on the company ahead of time. It's important that you know as much about them as they know about you. Having this knowledge about the company will calm your nerves because it will give you the power to ask informed questions at the end of the interview. This last part, informed, is so important. The more you know going into the interview, the more confident you'll be. As much as you can do, all the preparation in the world, it is essential that you believe that when you go into the interview, that this is the one. You've eaten well, you've done your preparation, you've researched the company ahead of time. So now, go into that interview and smash it. Our next video is going to be amazing. Take my word for it. I've been Aaron for Let's Talk Careers. See you next time.